Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Saulius Plays FTB Insanity 1.2.5. This appears to be episode 6 already, and things are going quickly. Now, last episode we were looking at the whatchamacallit, energy collector I think it's called, which can provide fuel by collecting solar power and transmuting it to the next step up. So now we taught our machine some blaze powder, or our network, so in the future this will generate it if needed. We have a geothermal generator here, some machines set up here, but we're not going to use them today. Today what I'm trying to achieve is to create a tiny version of a solar power flower. So let's get cracking. We need quite a bit of EMC for this, but as usual our bone meal plantation helps us in our moment of need. So let's see what we can achieve. We're going to need a condenser, and that is already a big part of our EMC. And we are going to need a relay, antimatter relay, which is 74,000 EMC, which is a lot. So obsidian, a block of diamond and some glass. So let's go for the obsidian already. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We also needed some glass, which I believe is here. Now for the block of diamond, let's see if we have some EMC stored. No, we don't have any EMC here, which is a darn shame. And this will not be enough just yet. I was really hoping for some more EMC than this. 69. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's just not enough. But we can burn all of this, and then we have enough to make a block of diamond. That's one of the super nice things when you're working with EMC. You just burn something that you don't really need at the moment, and ta-da, you teach your system something new. Now this is only a Mark 1 relay, which we will place next to a Mark 1 collector. I think we're going to have to pull it out. So now you see that the relay is storing it, and if we put the alchemical condenser here, you see that out of nothing it is generating EMC, or blaze powder in our case. Now I was hoping that it wouldn't be quite so expensive. It's a really expensive setup apparently, but at least we are getting free EMC at the moment. Let's see how much the EMC, the alchemic, no. Let's see how we make it, because obviously I forgot the name. The energy collector, only 82,000, and if you go for the red matter one, which produces quite a bit more, it's 710,000. We're just not there at the moment. So since that went a lot more quickly than I imagined, let's see what we can do in the meantime. I will see you in a few minutes. So while we wait for our machine to generate some EMC, we also will need some animals in the future, and this grass patch hasn't spawned anything, probably because it's too close to spawn. So we're going to expand up there a bit, and then see if we can get some animals to spawn. Let's clean up our table. And get some building materials to work with. So I'm not completely sure how far away from where I have to be. Let's stop this rain for a minute. I just know that we can't be in an ocean biome, and I have been caught with my pants down in the past for that. But here it's all plains. Let's hope that it stays that way. And given the lag I'm experiencing, I'm going to put away my Klein stars and my dark matter pickaxe, just to be safe. If I fall now, it's no big deal. If I fell with my Klein star, I might have cried, especially since I already wasted one. So let's make a nice big platform, so that we can have some lovely, lovely spawns. Just make sure that we're not going to build on the monument, as per the rules. Not that rules are that important if you're playing single player, but it's just nice to be the good guy. So we're going to need cows specifically. If we have cows, we can generate some more EMC, even though we also need clay, which is still 2 challenges away. We need the Bronze Age first, which will give us lapis, which we can then use to make our advanced circuits and the likes, so that we may make advanced machines. And once we have the advanced machines, we can do the advanced machines challenge, which will provide us with some lovely, lovely clay and silver as well. And the clay in turn can be used. I'm going to presume it's the ball that we are going to need. No. Doped wafer. So for example, the red doped wafer is silicon, which is a silicon boule. This one we should be able to make. We need it for a retriever, I think. Yeah, seems about it. We also need ender pearls. How do we get? Probably by killing an enderman. Then we need blue alloy ingots, and for that we need silver and nicolite, apparently. I'm not even sure how we got nicolite. There is no recipe, so probably it's a reward as well. But it's not a retriever I was looking for. You have the transpose, the filter, that's it. Filter. So that needs the red doped wafer as well, but that's it. So, but for the alloy furnace, you need bricks, and so you need clay to make the alloy furnace, which you can then use to make the red doped wafers from the silicon boules. So that's somewhere in the future, but it's not really, really close. So let's get ourselves some wood. If I just take one, it's not too much if I lose it. Do we have sticks? Yes. I'm not sure if I need sticks or planks in this version. And there goes another Klein star. I should really stop derping. Nevertheless, it's not as if there was a huge amount of EMC inside. But if I already do this, shouldn't happen as frequently. So fence gates are already in the system, or in the Minecraft version. I once tried to create a fence gate mod before fence gates were a thing, but then the version after I tried it, I didn't get very far, by the way. The version after I tried it, they added the fence gate, so my mod became deprecated before it was even a thing. So that happens. Almost fell down. I hope that the game stays playable during my Let's Play, otherwise I'm going to have to call it off sooner than I would like. And I hope it stays enjoyable for you to watch. If not, same thing will happen. And I will call it off much earlier than I would really like. But my PC is acting up. So shift click. Let's do it 5 by 5. So obviously we have some biomes here. This is desert and Mushroom Island, which is not terrible, but I think that neither of those will spawn the required animals. So let's build a ways out here and see if we can find some plains. It's quite possible that the biomes have been done deliberately this way to provide easy biomes for bees, which you will need as well. However, the Mushroom Island, if the mushroom cows don't need mycelium to spawn on, that might be really nice. Because otherwise they can be a hassle to get spawning. You can always transmute them if you have some fuel to burn. But then, yeah, it's easier if they just spawn naturally. Which reminds me, I will probably need to build something to grab the animals with. And I know that the portal gun has a gravity gun equivalent. I'm just not sure if it's enabled by default. I seem to remember that I have changed it in the past manually in the config. If necessary, I will do so again. It will make my life quite a bit easier to do that particular setup. If you don't like it, that's too bad. You can always complain in the comments. I will react. I always react on comments. However, if you're just going to rant about me changing the configs, I would prefer you not comment. I like some constructive criticism, as any good YouTuber should. But I have a fierce dislike of trolls, as any good YouTuber should, in my honest opinion. So let's keep the animals from wandering off our platform. And let's see if we have some plains. Yeah, we do have plains. So now we play the waiting game and we hope that some animals spawn. Some chickens would be nice because I think we need feathers in the future as well. And without chickens you can't have feathers. So let's see, we have 5 EMC at the moment, which is not that big a deal. Even though it's still 3,500, yeah, something like that, EMC. Client start, thank you very much. Don't crash. Okay, the game did not crash. So now we have 13,000 and we have quite a bit of bone meal. So it's quite obvious that for now our dark room is the bulk of our EMC generation. However, that will not last. Also, it is a really manual process. But this should be enough to make a new collector with some to spare. And this one, so now it is generating, let's see, about 10 EMC, something like that, per tick, or per second. If we put another one and we're going to light it up, it should have doubled. 1, 2, yeah, so now we're about 20 EMC per second, which is quite nice. I think I cleared this one out, yep. So I'm not going to say we're blazing away, blazing away, but at least we've doubled it. So in the time that we spent building that platform, we would have had 10 blaze powder, which is not all that much, but hey, you take what you can get. Now, for one of the next challenges, we're going to need a lot of pulverized coal, and we're going to have to compress them as well. So let's get ourselves some coal and start taking it into the macerator first. We don't need charcoal, we need actual coal for this. So I'm going to take a few pieces of charcoal. I think it is some transmutation. Yep, it's only 4. Very nice. And now to take the correct one. A stack. That's a start. In the future we will have upgraded machines that can do this a lot quicker, because we will need them for solar arrays as well. Not compressor, what are you doing, Saulius? Because as you can see, this will take quite a bit of time just to do this, and for some reason it's draining my machine completely. So we have one operation and then it's gone. Even though we have, I seem to remember this as a bug. I just don't remember what I did in the past to fix it. Ah, there we go. So I'm not sure if it's a bug or something like that, but if you reconnect the wire, apparently no. Why don't you work? Alright, do we have the other wrench? We don't have the other wrench. So we need this one, I believe, which needs bronze. Do we have bronze? No. That's copper and tin. Which we can make. No. Like this and that. Take back the EMC. Bronze. sure if you can only make it through dusts. I thought there was a recipe. It's 1 and 3, but apparently you can't. And I don't think I already have the... So that's annoying, because this one will not work. Let's hope nothing explodes now. Nothing explodes, but nothing loads either. Even though I don't like to do this. Yep, what I figured, you lose the item. And now, yeah, all the machines are gone. So thanks to some crappy bug, we lost our macerator and our compressor and some cable, but the cable I don't care. That's really not too big a deal. So we're going to have to rebuild the macerator. Which honestly I'm kind of bummed about. So let's burn some of this. As you can see, coal dust doesn't have an EMC value, which is why we have to do it the old-fashioned way. For the macerator, no, why do I always take that one? So we're going to need some flint, which I should have taught the machine. Macerator. Yeah, that's not too difficult. We should still have all the necessary, all the required materials here. And one of these, I'm not sure if yep, I have everything. So 3, one of those, one of these and that one. Now this is an MFE, so I'm going to have a look and I will be right back. So a bit of research later, and I think I figured it out. When you want to go from an MFE to just plain copper cable, you need an MV and an LV transformer, and you need to place them in the correct way. So for the MV transformer, that's not too shabby. I think we can still make it with what we have laying about. So the MFE stores power and can output up to 512, which is, if I read it correctly, MV, medium voltage. And when you place it down, it should be the higher voltage port that faces towards the player, so like this. And that should be the medium voltage output. Yep, 128. So then from 128 we need to go to 32 to power these machines. So we're going to have to add a row later. We need the LV transformer, which is this one, which is 3 copper, 2 copper cables and 4 planks. So we have the planks, we have 4 copper cables. The copper itself we should be able to get from our lovely EMC table. 3 copper. And if memory serves, it was something like this. We only needed 2 cables apparently. Like that. Then we place it down like this. Nothing has blown up yet. And then we need a copper cable here. Nothing blew up. And now it does seem to work. So we have a fully loaded MFE that does trigger some loading, as you can see. Our geothermal who is providing the power, and the macerator who is doing its work. So before we let it run on the coal, let's take 1 copper and 1 tin. Convert it to dust, make some bronze dust afterwards, which we can then smelt. So we should be able to do this as well. So while this is busy, let's change our video settings to fast, smooth lighting to off. I know that it's not as nice for you guys. Then again, if that means the game is a bit more fluid, then I think you will forgive me. And I will forgive myself as well. It still is quite a laggy game. Mods were not as optimized as they are now, or I hope they are now. So let's put in all our coal. We will need quite a bit more, but you have to start somewhere. Teach it to our system and then see if it was 1 tin 3 copper. Two more copper, thank you very much. 1 tin, 3 copper gives us 2 bronze dust, which could have been worse. Now that we have bronze dust, we can easily melt it later. Let's see if we have enough EMC. We should. To provide us with another lovely, lovely machine. Now at the moment we're burning it to... yeah, we can burn these as well. To blaze powder, which for ease of use is not ideal. We should, in all practicality, burn it to diamonds or something like that. So, a new energy collector. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. And I just like having my energy collectors all face the same way, if possible. So we have 7 here now, and it will go up with a nice amount. And every time we add one, it shall go up. I'm not going to do the mathematics for this. However, I'm going to target it. Maybe not a diamond. That's 700, that's 2000. Something that stacks. 2 buckets stack in this version. No, they don't. So I don't really have something that stacks around 700 EMC. So let's just go for iron. I suppose it doesn't really matter. It would have just been nice to have something of about equivalent. We can burn these, those, this, that. We don't need these anymore. That one can go as well. And that gives us a quite nice inventory to end the episode with. Still no animals, but hopefully by the time we log in next time, some animals will have spawned. Thank you very much for watching this 6th episode. I know we didn't do a great deal, but we have to continue at a steady pace, and that is what we are doing at the moment. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.